Happy Monday. I was thinking about what I was going to teach today, and I was wanting to do poses that kind of engage everything to the middle line. We talk about that often in our shoulder girdle, in our core, and then we talk about this invisible line down between the legs into the like engaging hips and pelvis straight to center. It reminded me that we're always also looking for the middle line in yoga. We're trying to find not hard, not soft, but something in the middle. So it is amazing, quite often you can flip your perspective to be about the physical form as well as what energetically you want going on in the world and the way we lead our lives. Today there's two readings I wanted to go over. They're short but sweet, and sometimes people need to hear good words, even though we know all the right psychobabble to tell each other when we're feeling down. Sometimes you just need to hear the right words, and I love hearing your feedback when once in a while something will just hit the nail on the head and you're like, exactly what I needed to hear. So today you are never alone. And sometimes you, even though you're surrounded by humans in a busy world, you still can feel alone. It's not about the quantity of people, it's what's happening to your connection with those people around you. You are intimately and intricately connected to the entire world. We talk about that all the time. When any of us feels alone, it's often because of insecurity, fear, anxiety, but we all share these emotions. So there's that connectivity, knowing these are universal feelings. When you are lonely, remind yourself that you are connected to everything that lives. We all breathe the same air. We all walk on the same earth. We share similar hopes, fears, dreams, and passions, and we exist in similar bodies and are subject to the same conditions of being human. We are deeply, inseparably linked. Today, remember that you are woven into the fabric of this interconnectivity and you are never alone. We used to talk about that a lot at the beginning of COVID, how it was this one thing that happened in nature that was kind of a leveled playing field, that we went from having rich, poor, people who could travel, people who could not, these divisiveness things, and now we are all in the same boat. We all have the same issues, the same health limitations. We're all worried about the same things, hopefully. And so it's sad that this not very great thing brought us together. I also am noticing since the US election, there's a sense of relief and love and todetherness that's happening between all kinds of different communities who felt very separate and isolated before. And today's reading for today is called Cultivate Peace in Your Daily Life. To feel peaceful, try to cultivate peace on a daily basis in your life. Cultivating peace involves spending more time engaging activities that foster this feeling within you. Maybe make a list. Whether it's getting out in nature, going for a walk in the city, or sitting to meditate. Surround yourself with people who share this vision and support your dreams so that you can engage in harmonious conversation and interaction. And I keep receiving a lot of memes lately online saying that it's interesting how that once you start focusing on your happiness, your peace, whatever, all the people who didn't contribute to that just naturally fall away. COVID has done that. It's given us a kind of social cleaning house where you get to see who sticks, who's the real friend that you connect with, who improves your life or elevates your life instead of takes away from your life. Arrange your home in a way that feels inviting and restful. Embrace each aspect of your life that nurtures your inner calm and creates an inner and outer tranquility in your life. So arranging the environment that you're in is just as important. Also, maybe wearing perfume that makes you happy and calm, or burning some essential oils in a diffuser, or even someone gave me a big bunch of sage the other day, and that immediately brought back memories of being in forests and that calm, beautiful smell. And so for everyone, it's going to be a different thing that evokes this sense of peace and calm, whether it's scent, activity. I'm looking forward to decorating for Christmas. It immediately brings me back to my childhood, and for a lot of people, holiday decorating is a simple act of happiness, whether it's bringing back memories. So today I wanted to work on a couple things, shoulders, and coming back to that idea of engaging the middle of our body and the upper of our body. And so some of the stuff we'll be doing today is things that we normally do, but I want to use the block between your thighs for part of it. It forces you to be completely in the moment so that you don't drop this thing. you're fortunate that you don't use heavy wooden blocks. Where I used to study, it was always heavy wooden blocks or cork, and so when we were doing these poses with the block between our thighs, A, it was digging into my body, and B, the fear of dropping it was a lot higher because it would be painful to me and loud if it dropped. So if you don't have a foam block, you could use a folded towel or blanket, fold it into a hard kind of a rectangle or a square. You could find a thick book to use instead. I'm trying to think what else. Probably that's about it. So let's come onto our mat. We're going to start with a bit of groundwork to help open up the hips and upper body, and especially just bring awareness to our body. In the weekend, we do a lot of do, and I want you to come back to thinking about this. Physically, what it feels like, and mentally, what it feels like to not worry about anything except being here now. When we place the feet on the mat, it's just as important that you line up the body in a way, and for some of us this becomes a ritual. Think of it as a ritual, not a habit. Bringing bum towards my heels, and then slowly lay my middle back down. This is where I pick the cat hair off me. And now I want to engage the core, engage the glutes, engage probably as high as the solar plexus. And then I'm going to leave, not even take my shoulders to the floor yet, because I really want to think about this. So chin to chest, and now the space between my shoulder blades comes to the mat, and a little more. And then finally, the very last piece is going to be the base of your skull coming to the mat, or sorry, the back of your head. Chin slightly to the ceiling and creating that curve in your neck. Arms are heavy, palms turned up. Take a big breath and exhale. Big breath in and exhale. And one more time, big breath in and exhale. Now we want to take it to the next level. We've been doing this lying down. I want you to take a block between your thighs right up towards your pubic bone, and I'm doing it kind of horizontally. Some teachers refer this as a Pez candy, and that your thighs are the Pez dispenser. Squeezing those inner thighs, and I don't know if you can see it, how small this is. I've got the short end kind of in the front of my thighs. Feet are hip width apart. Squeeze the inner thighs together, engage the glutes, and lift the hips just a little. Exhale down. When we do our bridge series in this way, it's helping to strengthen the pelvic floor, which prevents urinary leakage later. It also brings my mind very present. It helps the inner thigh muscles, and automatically I engage both the lower abdomen and the core. Squeeze the thighs together, glutes engage, hips rise, chin slightly away from the chest, and lower the spine back down. Let's do 3 more lifts. Feet root down, thighs squeeze together, hips rise. Exhale down. 2 more times. Inhale up. Squeeze. Exhale, slowly lower down without losing that engagement. And once more. We don't normally start with this much muscular effort, but I want to bring some blood flow to your pelvis. Hips rise. And exhale down. Release that block. Let's bring our thighs to our chest, rocking side to side, little boat or circles. And then we'll take both knees to the floor on the left, right arm opens, double leg spinal twist, and play around with palm up or palm down. And I'm going to check in with my knees. I can see they came out of alignment, so I'm going to take this block between them. And then lay my shoulder down. Does that help the situation? Let's see, just a little. 3 breaths here. Arms could come to a T, palms turned up. And then back to center, maybe even keep that block between the knees, taking the knees over to the right. Pause, stacking the knees, stacking the hips, and then slowly open that upper arm to the floor. And each time I breathe out through the nose, I notice I'm softening behind the heart, so I'm able to get this excuse me, left shoulder a little bit more towards the floor. And then helping yourself come back to center. Now one more thing, let's keep with this idea of twist. So we're kind of marrying two things, twist and inner thigh engagement. But I'm also going to use core. So keeping your arms to a T, feet are flexed, squeezy block, over to the left, center, over to the right, oh, center. You want to keep the shoulders glued down so it's a really deep twist or ringing out of the back body and the core. Flex, twist to the left, keep the right shoulder down, center, twist to the right, keep the left shoulder down, center. And notice if one side is easier than the other. Twist to the left. How far can you go without the right shoulder lifting? Center. Twist to the right. Center. Let's do that a couple times. Twist, center. Twist, center. And release that block. Shake it out. Now we're going to deal with only one leg. One leg coming in, right leg in, hands interlaced on that shin. Slide the left leg straight. Single leg when leaving pose. Now, attempt to bring the shoulder girdle back down to the floor, pulling right thigh in, and maybe your hands are behind the thigh. Left hand takes right knee over, single leg spinal twist. Back to center. So now we know the motion. Now we're going to do it using muscular effort, not my left hand. So arms to a T, flex both feet, right knee over, oh, keep the right shoulder down, back to center, open, center, left, center, open, almost like half a frog, center, left, center, open. Last variation, option here. Come over to the left, option to extend, press those nails down, leg to the sky, open. That actually feels amazing. Let's do a couple. Back to center, over to the left, shoulders stay down, center, open, center, left, flex the feet, center, open, back to center, and thighs to chest, little boat. Nice. Right foot to the, left leg in, right leg slides straight. Right hand takes left knee over. Our body now knows what the pattern is going to be. Shoulders stay down. Let's take both arms to a T, palms turned up, flex both feet. Knee to center, open to the left, back to center, over to the right. Keep the shoulders down. Oh, there's that ringing out action. Center, left, center, right. What are you feeling in the shoulders and the upper back? Center, left, center, right. Option to straighten your leg here, flex. Choosing to stay here, or come up to the center, flex. Over to the left, open, leg is straight, feet are flexed, center, over to the right. Center, left, center, right. Center, left, center, right, and back to center, thighs to chest, little boat or circles. And actually, let's keep going with the hips and the circles and come into egg beater. One direction, then the other. Pull those knees wide. Close your eyes. Maybe visualize yourself in a squat upright. We're doing the same work, but gravity's giving us an extra hand and opening the inner thighs. So, can you bring your arms in a cactus and come into happy baby, no hands? And then back to how we were. Legs wide, feet are flexed, knees wide. Back to happy baby. Back to how you were. Wide double leg wind relieving pose. Back to happy baby. Back to how you were. Woo! Almost like frog on the floor. Back to happy baby. Feet are flexed. Back to how you were. Now let's use our hands. Wide double leg wind relieving pose. Hands walk down the shins. Pull those thighs in. Turn it into happy baby. Option to stay here or go a little further. Hands to feet or big toes. Stillness or rocking side to side. Coming back to center. Soles together. Pause. Feet to the floor, knees out to the side, line up those blades, the blades press into the floor, and maybe massage your hip flexors or coming back into cactus. Close your legs, thighs to chest, no hands, feet in the air, and let them dangle for a few breaths. Or roll out your ankles, fan your toes, pretend you're waving at the ceiling. I find hearing any creaks and cracks satisfying. I notice that it's helping my mobility later. Legs fall wide, no hands. Close your legs, let them fall wide one more time. Back to center, thighs to chest. So we're going to be doing a pose with our shoulders called shoelace, but I also know that the shoelace we do on the floor is for our hips, and that's a yin yoga pose. So let's take our knees into our chest, right over left, hands on opposite knees, and pull those thighs into your belly. What do you notice down to that right hip, right thigh? I call these levels of discomfort a kind of an awakening. We are asleep in our lives. We're not aware of any parts of our body often until they're hurt or not working the way we want them to. So think of this deep, intense feeling, which I love, as an awakening, or someone's poking me. Hey, remember you have muscles in your bum and your hips. And then shake it out, and we'll do the other side. Knees to chest, left over right, line up the knees, pull them in. What's happening in the left hip? Feel that. And then shake it out. We're going to do that one more time and see if you can move your hands a little further down the legs. So knees to chest, right over left, line up the knees, so hands are on knees, shins, ankles, or some of you are going to grab your flex feet. Shoulders stay down and you're bringing the thighs towards you. I know some people are attracted to the feeling of deep stretch sensation, especially if you're hypermobile or flexible. And other people despise that feeling and kind of flee from it. So, shake it out, last side. Left over right, your choice. Line up the knees, grabbing the ankles, shins, or flex feet. Shoulders to the floor. And then release. Shake it out, just like my eye. Okay, let's roll into our side. And then slowly press yourself upright. When we talk about shoulders, a lot of the work happens on the floor. Maybe we will do our sun salutations and then come back to this floor work. Coming into tabletop, we'll do a quick cat-cow, knees out of the hips, wrists onto the shoulders. I'm going to look up and then slowly turn it into cow. Tail drops, look to the floor between your hands. Push the floor away as you're rounding the upper back on purpose. Quite often we avoid rounding the upper back. And then come back to lower back, upper back, lower back, upper back, back and forth, cat, cow, breath led. The intensity of it is based on what feels good in your body. And then back to neutral. Okay, tuck your toes, walk to the top of your mat or hop, coming into a forward fold. Let's grab our elbows. Let your head go. Maybe sway side to side. Arms to the side, rise. Reach up. Arc behind you. Back to center, reach up. Arc to the left. Back to center, reach up. Arc to the right. Wide arm swan dive. Half back. Fold. And I forgot something. I'm going to start you all over again. Block between your thighs. I knew that Yana would remind me. So when I put the block between my thighs, you're going to go up as high as you can. Just the front of the block is kind of level with the front of my thighs. There's that Pez dispenser. And the squeezing, isometrically squeezing inner thigh to press into that block immediately turns on the back line of your body, the connective tissue in the glutes. So inhale up. Exhale, fold. Half back, fold, plant, hop, lower down, sleeping cobra. Inhale up, baby cobra. This is going to be difficult. Press back, downward dog. Keep that block between your thighs. Pedal. Right foot forward, left foot back. Oh! Can I even do a high lunge with keeping that block? Inhale up. Exhale, fold. Feet together, fold, rise, heart center. There's a fun challenge for you. Let's keep going. Inhale up, exhale, fold. Half back, fold, plant, lower. One breath, sleeping cobra. Inhale, one. Exhale, pick up your head, baby cobra. Press back, downward dog. Left foot forward, right foot back, don't drop the block. I can't go as deep into that knee bend. Keeps you present, hands in the air. Hands release, feet together, fold, rise, heart center. How you doing? Is that fun or annoying? Have a good laugh. Inhale up, exhale, fold. Half back, fold, plant, lower, sleeping cobra. Pick up your head, baby cobra. Press back, downward dog. Right foot forward, left foot back, high or low lunge. Hands release, feet together, fold, rise, heart center. Last side, inhaling up, exhale, fold, half back, fold, plant and lower. One breath, sleeping cobra. Pick up your head, baby cobra. Press back, downward dog. Left foot forward, right foot back. Oh my, this is getting challenging. Hands in the sky. Hands release. Feet together. Fold. Rise and rest at heart center. Were you able to keep it there? That was a good laugh. Okay, I want to come back onto our mat. So there are several poses. We wanted to kind of cover two things, shoulder girdle and hips. So far, we've been dealing with the lower half of the hips. There's a pose called rabbit, and I never can successfully do it because I don't understand how it doesn't snap your neck, but we will do it. It's supposedly good for shoulders. So forehead to the mat. Oh, and you're supposed to somehow grab your legs to keep your upper body up. I don't know how I feel about this, but this to me feels like my butt should still be in the air, but it's not. I encourage you to Google this pose. Maybe it's to do with the arm length or neck mobility. I have no idea. I'm not going to force you. We said we were going to do one called shoelace. The shoelace, and I'm going to show you front on. Shoelace we did in our legs. That was the yin version. This is shoelace of the arms. So you're going to come into Sphinx and bring one arm here and one arm here. Possibility, my head is not going to the floor, but I'm going to, oh, that's intense. I've got my left arm in front, which is my dominant arm. That's super intense. I'm going to come back to center and switch. Right arm in front. Oh my gosh. Yeah, there's a reason I've never done this pose. Back to center, and I'm going to do one more time the other way. Let's see how you feel about this pose. We would normally start this way. So normally we start a Sphinx. Then I would do the hand to elbow for measurements. We do that often. Then I'm going to line up my elbows and reach my arms in opposite directions, looking forward. Some people are going to bring their head to the floor. That means taking my bum in the air. I'm not sure if that's the correct version, but I want you to explore what it feels like. Woo! Back to center, and let's do the last side. Right arm in front, walk the elbows into alignment, palms are down, spread the fingers, turn on Hasta Bandha. Bum is in the air, possibly. Forehead down. And I'm gonna come out and give myself a little break. So a break for you could be extended child's pose. Some people might be stacked fists, taking your forehead to the fist. Okay, the next one I wanted to do for shoulders is the other thread the needle, which we didn't get to do thread the needle on the floor. We're doing it last week to help our hips and sciatica. It also helps lower back and glutes. So now we're going to do thread the needle with the arms. Some people love this pose. I like to do the variation where we do a touchdown piece first before we come into the full expression. So palms on the shoulders. Let's keep left hand down first, right arm out like an airplane wing. Spread those fingers, and I'm going to slowly open. Not all of us is going to stack. If my mobility in my shoulder's not there, it might stay here. But you're going to come into whatever level of stacked shoulders happens in your body. And remember, the twist is not just in the shoulder girdle, it's happening all down the spine. Right arm down, inhale up, we'll do two more. Exhale down, and once more. Inhale up, and exhale down. Now we're going to do the full expression of the pose. Arm up, bring it down, and here's where we thread the needle. The back of the right hand skims the floor behind the left wrist, palm up. If you're able to lay the back of that whole right arm to the floor, shoulder down, awesome. Fold a blanket beneath that shoulder if it's too much, or a towel. Spread the right nails, anchor them to the floor, and turn and look at the ceiling over that left shoulder. I might stay here with my left arm bent at a right angle. Tented fingers resisting pushing the floor away. That's variation one. The other variation is left arm in the sky, answer the question. Some people might take this left hand to their hip or lay the back of their hand to their lower back or their tailbone. Undo, extended child's pose. And then back up again. Nice work. Okay, other side. Okay. Tabletop. Right arm's gonna stay where it is. Left arm out to a T. Actually, I'm gonna come down and touch down, and then open and stack. Think of the twist as happening all down the spine. Left hand down, open and stack. Left hand down, open and stack. And one more time, left hand down. This time we're gonna thread the needle behind the right arm. Palm up, coming to the back of the left head. Right arm bent and elbow, tented fingers, lean back. Oh, I feel this much more intensely. This is my dominant side. Spread those left nails, anchor them. Choosing to stay here or open your right arm to the sky. Hands down, undo, extended child's pose. And we'll just do it from the side. Our extended child's pose, really key, I want to bring that chest to the floor, maybe look forward or forehead down. Bum can stay in the air, puppy. And then back up. Okay, last piece we're going to do, actually no, we're going to do this one too, this floor one. I'm going to come onto the mat, arms, let's do left arm to a T, right arm bent at the elbow, roll over onto that left side, right arm in the sky. I'm on my side of my left breast, left hip, left leg of my foot. Not all of us are going to be able to roll back enough to be on the side of our body stacked. And then take that right hand down, come back, stack your hands, bend your knees, windshield wiper. Right arm's going to open to a T. Left arm bent at the elbow. Here's where we're going to come onto our side. This is where we all joke we feel like a beach whale. So I'm going to pick my head up from the floor. I want to make sure it's a couple inches off the floor, in line with my spine. Right palm presses down. Left hand, there's that tented resisting fingers, or left arm in the sky, or let it fall back. So we have a lot of variations to work with. Hands down, stack your hands, windshield wiper. And last set of poses I want to do. So, I'm trying to think of what else it's called. There is a pose that we're going to do that involves opening the upper back. I will show you from the front. Maybe I'll show you from the side. So first I'll show you from the front. Wide leg forward fold. We did this last week. Bend your knees slightly so that you're able to get down. When you're ready, hands are going to rest on your lower back and let your head go. Some of you might interlace your hands and bring the elbows back. Today I'm so tight in my forearms, it's not going to happen. Straighten the arm and come back up. Maybe you'll start at standing. Arms behind you, elbows back, forearms might be resting or away from your body. Key here is trying to bring those soles of the hands together. What happened is, for years, I see this, grabbing, but not truly binding. I'm gonna do one more wide leg forward fold, and then we're gonna do a seated version of the same pose. So I'm going as wide as it feels good in my legs and my ankles and my hips. Bend at the waist, knees are bent. Ow. And come back up. Okay, I've done too much repetitive strain raking with this arm. I've tried the other side, doesn't work. Last variation, Thunderbolt. So, arms bind behind me again, just like we just did. Option to stay here, or option to lean forward and have them do this. I am not up to full capacity today, so the other variation is you could take your strap instead of the bind. Oh, that feels much better. And lean forward this way. Am I gonna fall? Can I get back up? That's challenging on a Monday morning. Our last piece we're gonna do is our daily reading. You guys have done a great job today. There's been a lot of activity. I know for some of you it's faster than we normally do. Maybe my coffee's kicked in. Oh, here's one called Offer Your Love. And that's the one thing I keep seeing about the whole Biden win. It makes me really happy. It keeps saying hate has been exterminated. Hate didn't win this election. Love won. Inclusivity, unity, coming together, sameness, not the divisiveness that's been happening for the past 4 years. And unfortunately, because we are neighbors to the US, whatever happens in their country does wind up reflecting back onto our country in bits. Not fully, but we can't help but unfortunately be part of their situation. So, on a happier note, offer your love. And there's a really cute picture of a cow and somebody giving the heart to the cow. Is there someone in your life who could benefit from loving kindness? The gesture doesn't have to be big. Send an email, pick up the phone, pop by for a visit, or order a bouquet of red flowers. Let this person know you're thinking of them. And when you offer our love generously, that caring energy comes back to you tenfold, while also lifting you up in the process. It's a win-win. Reach out and offer your love today. That's very simple and very nice and doesn't take any effort. And maybe I actually encourage you to find somebody that you haven't connected with in a while. So it's a revitalized love. You have to dig a little deeper instead of the obvious. Thank you so much for your effort. The good in me sees the good in you. Namaste.